golf, talking about the market, talking about Bloody Marys and whatever else comes to mind. So it's tea time, baby. Come join me for real estate agents in golf carts drinking Bloody Marys. I'm Kyle Kelly, the associate broker for the island-wide team at Realty Connect USA. I've spent the last 11 years perfecting my real estate game, but unfortunately, my golf game has really gone to shit. This is my attempt to incorporate more golf into my work life. So hang on, while we spoil a good walk while under the influence of real estate, talking about cocktails and talking about anything else that comes up with some of my closest friends in the real estate industry, and hopefully some decent golfers. This is Real Estate Agents in Golf Carts drinking Bloody Marys.
Hello, Jeffrey speaking.
Yo, Mr. Jimenez, how are you, sir?
Hey, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
Well, I really got like 2 or 3 hours to kill. It's a beautiful day. I was thinking about hitting the club. You got some time to join me?
Yeah, man, I can make that happen.
All right, cool. Right over in Middle Island?
Sounds good.
All right,
I'll be there.
I'll see you in a little bit. Oh, Mr. Jimenez, what's going
on, man?
What's this?
Aren't we here for, I thought you said tennis club.
Country club, kid.
Oh,
golf, baby.
I didn't even bring clubs, man.
That's bad. You know what, don't worry, I always carry an extra set with me.
Oh, lucky you, lucky you. I was ready to play tennis.
So we got about 10 minutes before tea time.
Sounds good.
You ever played here before?
Ah, first time here. I used to play over at Pine Hills. I used to go, like before real estate, many moons ago, back when I was growing up. My uncle had a bagel store right in town in Shirley, so we would often go after work. We'd go down to play a quick 9, you know, and just shoot the ball around and have fun. Obviously, have a couple of ones.
Yeah, you're Shirley guy. Shame the Shirley Links isn't open anymore, huh?
You know, it is a shame, but it also did develop, you know, quite a bit of, you know, opportunity for 55 and older. There's a nice condo, you know, there. And
I actually have a listing coming soon.
Hey, I love it. Oh, got a buyer, let me tell you.
There you go, bring him on.
Let's get it done. Right?
I have my only hole-in-one was at Shirley Links. But now people say the course doesn't exist. Does my hole-in-one even exist? The problem with hitting a hole-in-one,
what's that?
It can only go down from here. It can't get any
You've
better
already
than that.
achieved it.
Yeah,
right?
it can't get any better than that. So.
Well, hopefully today I hit a hole-in-one. That'll be a first for me. But,
my handicap is my clubs, so we'll be all right. So when was the last time you actually played?
About 12 years ago.
Yeah, so I'm sure I'll outdrive you, but don't worry, because I can't hit the ball for shit.
I don't know. I might be not so bad this time around.
Yeah? You think you're going to take me?
I don't know, Kyle. We'll see.
You may be the better realtor, but I might be the better golfer. So.
That might be the case. Absolutely.
So we ready for this?
Let's go get it.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, man, it's been a while since I've been out on golf course. How's business been lately?
Balls out. I am busy as can be.
All right.
But it's nice operating a good team. It's
Yeah.
becoming a well-oiled machine because I just send them emails in the morning. This is what I need you guys to handle, and I get to be out here, you know?
Yeah, I just brought on a transaction coordinator. Best thing I've ever done in my life. She handles everything, all my listing paperwork now. It's a phone call away, man. It's one of the best investments I ever made. She follows up with our clients, with our attorneys, with our bankers, both sides.
I have my new agents start as transaction coordinators. So they understand how to handle a transaction from start to finish. And I just built it out in a Trello checklist. I went through, during the shutdown, the entire process a realtor goes through to buy or sell a house. It's a 126-step process. And I made a checklist of 126 steps based on where you are in the transaction. They move the Trello card along, they follow the checklist, and make sure nothing falls through the cracks.
See, we do that through SkySlope. I mean, and it's just very simple. It's there, and then we have, for her, we have a very simple checklist, right?
Yep.
I don't know if it's 126 touches. That's crazy.
126 action items. Remember that if you're trying to sell my owner.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right? Imagine.
Not where you want to be. All right, why don't you show us the way? Poor cart management, that's for sure.
All right. Well, Kyle.
Did you see it land?
No, it's in the tree with the birds.
I think it's in the tree.
It's in the tree with the birds.
How do we incorporate more golf into our work day?
Gotta go play more, that's all. How many holes did you say we were playing, Kyle?
So I know I have all the steps lined out, right? So now it's just a matter of training them on the steps. And a lot of them are call, introduce yourself to the attorney, introduce yourself to the lender, let them know you're the transaction coordinator, ask for an update. I built out email templates on every step of the transaction. So it moves to pre-inspection. The buyer or the seller gets that email, what to expect for the inspection. After the inspection, post-inspection, email goes out, this is what to expect now. Goes under contract, email goes out.
And this is all going to your client?
This is all going to client, going to lender, going to attorney, right? So everything in there is that checklist. Who do we need to contact? What is it? What do they need to know? What do we need to know in the transaction?
Very similar to our process, almost identical to our process, really.
So, well, that's all it is, right? It's processes, systems, and tools.
To me, the one thing I like is that at the end of the day, on every day, I'm getting an updated report on every single transaction that I have going on. Because I also do a lot of new construction too. Right. So I got deals that aren't closing for, a year. I got things that aren't coming out until July 2022.
Yeah, that's why I look up. I use SkySlope as well for the document management, but then the transaction handling process, it's literally step by step. They're on cards right in front of me. I know where every one of my transactions are in the process.
Great, man. I love it.
It's hard to not work so hard.
Yeah.
It's hard work to not work. So I don't know about you, but I'm noticing in this market, especially with the multiple offer situation and whatnot, a lot of buyers waiving the home inspection, which I never recommend, right? But it's a way to kind of entice the seller to say, okay, I'm going to accept that offer. All right, what do you think about waiving the home inspection?
I think it's a huge no-no. Because at the end of the day, the home, unless you're looking at, a brand new construction house, right, they're always going to find something.
Even with new construction, you're going to find something.
I've had vent pipes not being installed on new construction.
Right.
Yeah, I've had all kinds of things that have popped up at the last minute. I don't think that's the best idea, but what I do think it is that it's about the home inspector you hire.
Absolutely.
Right? Because if you hire the right home inspector, what's going to happen is they're going to be able to deliver bad news in a good way, right? And not necessarily the fact that they're going to, how do I say, not bad news, but look, every house is going to have problems.
Well, I expect them to be a realist, not an alarmist.
Exactly.
Hey, this is what you expect for a home 35 years old. Right?
Exactly. And I know that there are some real estate agents out there that dread the home inspection. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Especially on the buying side. This is another chance to get to know the home that you just spent 8 minutes in and made an offer on.
Exactly.
Right now you can go spend 2 hours there and actually
now
learn about the home a little bit.
I remember doing home inspections with you would show up and we did one together on Auburn, remember?
Oh yeah.
We did one on Shirley on Auburn, and Matt showed up, and I don't even think the client was there.
No.
The client wasn't
there. Client couldn't make it, right? So
yeah.
Make sure that home inspector's doing a detailed report, taking pictures of everything. Matt even uses video. Yeah. Speaking of Matt, so Matt Rivera, right? Inspection Boys.
Yeah, Inspection Boys, man.
One of my favorite home inspectors out there. Yeah. You use him as well?
I use him. He's responsive. He gets there. He's, I love his team. They really know how to execute a good report. But the best thing about Matt is that I love the fact that he's not afraid to get on the phone and talk to the client.
Yep.
Even after he's been there.
No, after he's done, the inspection's not over, right?
Exactly.
Let's talk about it. Let's go through it line by line if you need to. And one thing that Matt actually said on a home inspection that really, even after 11 years, I was like, I never really thought of that. It's a snapshot in time of what that home looked like when you made the offer and you moved to contract.
Absolutely.
Now, 3 months later, when you get into the closing table, you have a report that says this is what the home looked like. And speaking of home inspections and Matt Rivera and the Inspection Boys, let's have a word from him now.
Kyle, I gotta ask, when do you think, we've been in this crazy bull market, man, for like, it feels like 3 years almost.
Yeah.
Do you see an end in sight?
Right now, I mean, I look at the stats all the time. You know I'm a stats guy, right? We are 14% below our normal inventory level right now for the summertime, which is typically a slow market anyway. A lot of people go on vacation, but we're 14% below our normal inventory level with a 260% higher demand level. How do you catch up? Right?
Interest rates.
Foreclosure moratorium is going to be lifted. Okay, are they going to be able to foreclose that quickly to increase inventory? Are people really in foreclosure status?
No.
You know?
It's false. It's pretenses
Yeah.
because we're going to go through the same thing. My prediction is this, right? The whole concept that all of a sudden this huge round of foreclosure short sales is going to come about, and you see everybody on Facebook now, they're selling the different courses, right?
Yep.
It's not going to happen. We're not 08.
No.
I honestly believe that the new average price going forward from here on out will be 500.
Yeah, you're not finding a $250,000 house on Long Island ever again.
No.
Never gonna happen.
I mean,
We've
you'll
set the
see
new
350 and up.
Yep, we've set that new precedent. The first-time home buyer is a $400,000 buyer on Long Island.
Absolutely.
If you're not, you're in a small condo co-op.
Condo or co-op, that's
Yep.
it, you know. So let's see. All right, let's see if I can hit this. What do you think this is about?
I'm gonna go about 35, maybe. I asked you about this, what are some topics you want to talk about? And you said gratitude is number one thing for you, right?
Yeah, well, it is, because I'm grateful for everything that I've been able to accomplish in the short time that I have. I'm only in the business 8 years.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
and I don't like to tote my own horn, but I've done well.
Yeah,
You know, I've done really
very
well.
well.
I feel like I've built a great brand, and that's all been just about being grateful for the opportunity to help people, the opportunity to meet great people like you and clients and lenders and mortgage reps and whoever it may be. But I look at it as if I come from a place of service, right? So I'm grateful to be able to serve someone.
Exactly.
And that's my mindset going into everything. All I know is that when I get up in the morning, I get up and I look to help people. I look to make it better. You get up in the morning, you do the same, right? And at the end of the day, all that matters to us is that we help people achieve what they're looking to achieve, right? So if you're able to take someone, whether it be getting them pre-approved, fixing their credit, or getting them into the house of their dreams or out of the house of their dreams, right? You have to appreciate the fact that they called you. The whole concept of gratitude and being grateful for not only the business, but also your family, your everything, right? Everything. Just being grateful for today.
We're out here together.
Like, that's a huge thing.
Now let's be grateful for being able to hit a straight shot.
I'm going to be grateful for you on that.
Let's do it. You thirsty?
I could go for one.
We could do a Lost Ball Bloody Mary break.
Sounds delicious.
So this Bloody Mary is brought to you by...
Good morning. I'm Jamie Holmes from Reese's in Patchogue, 70 North Ocean Avenue, Patchogue, New York. We're here at beautiful Middle Island Country Club. I'm going to show you how we make our Reese's famous Bloody Mary. First, we'll start with our lemon. Just cut this up and just a little bit of lime. Just to balance it out each a little bit. These are delicious, easy to make at home. Use Tito's. Everybody seems to like their Tito's. Today we're using V8. Delicious. We're using Holy Schmidt's horseradish from Schmidt's Farm. Absolutely delicious. Nice heaping wedge of that. It's a little celery sauce. Some Worcestershire. We're gonna add a little chalala. Just a couple of dashes, not too much. Olive juice. Here's our mixer here. You can either shake it up and mix it, or you can just go in and out. I'm a big fan of mixing it up though. Oh, I can't wait to drink this one. Pepper and salt. garnished with a couple of olives, a wedge of lime, and a wedge of lemon. A celery stick. And that's it. Back to you guys.
Oh, I do like a good Bloody Mary. How about you?
I love a Bloody Mary. The spicier, the better.
See, I'm not a big spicy fan. I can do the horseradish, but I don't need the hot sauce in there. I was actually out of the course one day. Stopped at, we were over at Indian Island, over in Riverhead. And we stopped in for a Bloody Mary. The bartender didn't know what they were doing. They accidentally put A1 in it. Delicious. I'm using A1 in my Bloody Marys from now on.
That sounds actually like
it was really good.
Give a little hint of something.
Yeah, I love it.
All right.
This is
good.
Gonna set us straight now. I'm not shaking. I'm still shaking a little bit. I need like 6 more drinks. I look at the Mastics down by the water. You got some great views, right out on the bay.
It's one of the best.
You know, and I know, you probably know a bit more of the history than I do, but I know like many years ago, attorneys, accountants, a lot of money people from Manhattan came in, bought it all up, used it as vacation homes, and then eventually rented it all out.
Yep.
And that's what kind of destroyed the area, was that it became just your not so desirable towns. But it's really made a nice rebound over the past few years, I think.
So, quick story. When my father bought the house, I'll tell everybody this story. When I first started real estate, he said the same thing to me. He said, Jeff, don't tell anybody that this is going to be the next Hamptons, because I'm still waiting for that to happen since '89. so what ended up happening was, a lot of, still to this day, you get a lot of the city folks that move out here because it's one of the last few places on Long Island that's affordable.
Affordable, right by the water, right by the beach.
Look,
you know?
I live in Mastic still to this day. I bought a beautiful house. I'm about 9 blocks away from my mother and father. I pretty much bought the house based on the fact that, one, I wanted cheap taxes, and I also wanted to be close to the water. Now, I can see my boat from my,
I was gonna say, you're a boater, right?
From my back door, right? So like, I keep my boat right in the Forest River Marina. But Shirley and Mastic, over the course of the last, since I've been really focused and paying attention to it, over the last 8 years, I've seen a noticeable change. I've seen less rentals. I see the land, especially through this market, it's been great for the area because a lot of the landlords cashed out.
Yeah.
And sold to sold them as single family homes, not investments anymore. For Shirley and Mastic Beach, I see a huge turnaround. I see Mastic Beach, there's a huge push to redo downtown Mastic Beach. Once we see the sewers come into the area,
that's key, right? The infrastructure is needed.
Well, it's the Patchogue. We need it for the restaurants to have the downtown districts like Patchogue.
That's what happened in Patchogue. That's what happened.
Once we have that, you'll see that go up, and then it will be the next thing.
Hopefully. There you go.
This is actually one of my favorite parts of the game, is putting. My biggest thing is just getting the ball to go straight sometimes is my challenge.
It's a very easy sport.
It's
what
fun.
You do is you hit it out there, then you hit it a little closer,
a little closer.
You put it on, and then you put it in.
That's it?
Yeah, I don't understand why they make such a big deal out of this.
It's not that hard. One of my favorite things to do is come out here, nice drink, nice company, blow off some steam, enjoy some Bloody Marys, and live that life.
As long as we get it done before 10 a.m., right? Our clients don't even know.
That's right. Real estate doesn't start till 11.
Cheers. Oh, I caught it. I caught it clean, baby. So,
That was fun.
getting hot out here. My phone's blowing up, your phone's blowing up. I guess real estate started.
Yeah,
Time for us to get back to work.
sounds like a plan.
Finish this out, call it a day.
Thanks, man.
You're up. Game, brother.
Good game, bro.
This has been a Sky Limitless media production.
We're back at the beautiful Middle Island Country Club in Middle Island, New York, and this time I'm meeting with Dan O'Neill of the O'Neill team at Signature Properties. That's right, the man, the myth, the legend. As good as he is at selling houses, he's even better at playing golf, so I've got my work cut out for me today. I think maybe I'll load him up with a bunch of Bloody Marys and I'll be able to take him on this one. It's tea time, so let's get started with real estate agents in golf carts drinking Bloody Marys. I'm Kyle Kelly, the associate broker for the island-wide team at Realty Connect USA. I've spent the last 11 years perfecting my real estate game, but unfortunately, my golf game has really gone to shit. This is my attempt to incorporate more golf into my work life. So hang on, while we spoil a good walk while under the influence of real estate, talking about cocktails and talking about anything else that comes up with some of my closest friends in the real estate industry, and hopefully some decent golfers. This is Real Estate Agents in Golf Carts drinking Bloody Marys. Dude, what are you talking about? John, come on, man. We have a tee time in 20 minutes. You cancel on me now? All right. No, we'll try to get around in next week. Let me see if I can get somebody else to play. See if I get Dan O'Neill. I know that kid loves to golf. Yo, Dan, what's up, buddy? How you been, man? Listen, I got somebody canceled on me at tea time. I got like 20 minutes over at Middle Island. How fast do you think you can get here?
Was that fast enough?
Absolutely, brother. How are you? Ready to play around?
Let's go.
Oh, you got the pro set with you, too.
Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Oh, that's for sure. So, you been playing a lot or what?
Not really, to be honest with you. It's, I mean, as you know, right now it's pretty busy, but
Too busy to play golf, huh?
yeah, I'm trying to make some time.
That was the idea of this, actually, was how can I incorporate more golf into my workday? As long as we get out bright and early, real estate doesn't start till 10 a.m., right?
It's a genius idea.
Yeah.
I love it. I've actually never played here too, so I'm excited.
One of my favorite tracks, without a doubt. They got actually 3 9-hole tracks over here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll just pull 9, get a couple hours in.
Hell yeah.
Let's see where they put us. All right. Stuff. Let's get it. Ready to head on down? Go see that starter? Let's do it. Let's get this going.
So we're gonna delete that first tee shot that I just had. Just straight from the car to the tee box. I have 30 people heckling me. Kyle told everyone I'm on the tour. That's why we have the cameras. This woman told me her son, who's 8, swings better than me. So we're gonna delete that whole entire scene, and we're just gonna start from over here. So pretend that never happened.
Yeah, that's how they hit him on the tour.
Tour pro. Yeah, I'm not a pro. You're joking. Clearly.
Well, I know some people that can hit a lot further than him in college.
That was a bad shot. Don't judge me off that. I didn't warm up.
Heckling you, O'Neill.
You see the hecklers in the crowd.
Just speaking it into existence. That was brutal, man.
Listen, you don't have to be a star golfer. You can be a star realtor and make better money.
That's very true. But if real estate never works out, I would like to be a star golfer.
Like I said, I want to make the Champions Tour. I got 20 years. I'm sure if I play enough over the next 20 years, I can make it. How many you got on your team now?
11.
11.
11, yeah. 11, then an admin and a transaction coordinator.
Awesome. Transaction coordinator is in-house?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just did the same thing. So I've got an admin, a TC, and 6. And I'm actually bringing on one more tonight. So it'll be at 7 tonight.
Yeah? Yeah, my thing is I haven't really been recruiting at all. I mean, I never really have, but it's something that, I think next year I'm going to try to start actually doing because everything happened so fast. I felt if I started recruiting too many people, it would lose, I wouldn't be able to, do right by the people that I have on the team now.
Right.
So I kind of capped it at like a certain number, excuse me.
I did the same. I set a goal of 20 this year, and within 3-4 months, I said, scale that back. 7 to 10 is like maybe,
that's all you need.
Yeah, well,
for now.
20 is starting a brokerage, right?
Right. It's the same thing.
I don't need to start a brokerage yet. All right. They're making room for us. We ready to hit?
Nice shot. That's actually a really nice shot.
Hang on. Come around.
Uh-oh.
Oh! Did you see that kick?
No.
You're on the green.
No way.
Kicked out of the tree. Just right on the green.
A little members bounce. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
That shot getting on the green was like getting a 3.5% FHA buyer accepted offer.
Listen, I've gotten a few of those in this market, so.
That's why you're the best of the best. Nice putt.
Nice roll.
Just kidding, we're good.
It's not gonna let me get the lead out of that.
Let's go.
So I know your team's on fire right now. I know you guys came out of the gate as soon as they opened up the world from COVID, just firing, right? And we actually talked a little bit during the shutdown about whether we should be taking listings, holding them off market, right? I think we actually had opposing views on that. What do you think the future looks like, man? Do you think we're posed for a crash? Do you think we're posed for a correction, or going to maintain for a little while?
I mean, the market has to correct itself no matter what. I don't really see a crash coming, but again, I haven't been around as long as you. I wasn't here for 2008.
Listen, I'm not a dinosaur either.
No, that wasn't meant like any type of way. But no, so I'm not really sure, what happened in 2008, 2009. I wasn't actually a part of it, but what I see happening is definitely a correction. I mean, it has to. We've been in this crazy seller's market, the craziest probably in a decade. It's really no fun for anyone except for listing agents or sellers. So I think there's definitely going to be a correction, but I don't see a crash coming. I mean, what about you?
It's just hard to catch up to the demand. I'm a stats guy. I always look at the numbers, and right now we're looking at 14% lower inventory than normal, but a 260% higher demand. So how do you catch up to that, right? We're not going to get a flood of listings all of a sudden, even when the foreclosure moratorium lifts.
Right.
That's not going to cause massive amounts of inventory to come out. There's no shadow inventory like there was back in like 08, 09. I got my license in 09, 10, somewhere around there, and there was this talk of shadow inventory. People have equity.
Yeah.
Even if they have to get out, they can take their time figuring out where they're going to go.
There's been people that we sold a house to, a year ago, and they've turned around and now sold their house and they made 40, 50 grand.
Yeah.
That's only in a year, and that's never been seen before. So I think a lot of people are still going to have a ton of equity, and I don't see a crash coming. And more importantly, too, agents like yourself, agents like me, our teams. If you do the right thing, constantly, and you're always doing the right thing, you're still going to be busy. So even if the market does crash, even if something does happen, you and I, our teams, the people that are really doing the right thing, they're going to be successful no matter what.
You are the king of the Instagram story, the quick little YouTube post. See you diving in pools with your suit on and floating around on floaties, out on jet skis, riding horses. Yep. What's next, man? How do you outdo that?
I don't know. It's a good question. I'm just trying to, keep being unique and different, and just keep trying to make these videos that, either go viral or show the houses to as many people as possible.
There we go. Now we're golfing.
Nice shot. Let's go. So, but yeah, I mean, the social media thing, like I said, that video that I thought was gonna flop, that wasn't even a good video. I didn't even want to post it. Wound up getting 40,000 views.
The one of you falling into the pool?
Yeah, so it's just something that, everyone's always in their own head, like, oh, should I post it, should I not post it? That's a prime example. Yeah, post it.
Post it.
Because you never know.
Right? You know how many times I recorded something and didn't post, I'm like, oh my God, I had years worth of content that I'd never put out there because I was afraid of what I'd look like, what I'd sound like.
But at the end of the day, it's just a matter of getting out of your own head because really nobody cares. love Kyle Kelly. Always have. I did one of my second deals, I think first or second or third deal with him. He's helped me out with YPN. He's helped me out with my business, mentorship. He's Mr. Over-involved, and I'm gonna kick his ass in golf today. That'll work. Let's go. Oh, get up. Oh, your money, actually. Wow. Dude, this guy is hustling me, man. You gotta be hustling me.
I love competition. As much as we're colleagues,
Holy
we're competitions
shit.
out here, baby.
How do we have two cameras here? We don't know where the ball went.
We need a drone and a 4 caddy.
Crap. Shot.
Come back around.
Good shot.
There you go. Get out. Playing bocce over there.
This guy Kyle, man, hasn't had a bad shot yet. I'm getting hustled out here. Thank God we didn't put any money on it.
So I don't know if you're aware, but there have been some changes to the LIBOR structure. But we actually just won a big battle on the board of directors and saved the YPN as a division.
Yeah,
So we're
Chris was telling
definitely
me.
looking forward to McSherry, you, the future of YPN really taking over and becoming the leaders of our organization.
Well, it's all because of you guys. I mean, if we didn't have you guys' leadership and mentorship, none of it would even be possible, so.
We just got to get you winning that 30 under 30 next year. Like I said, we're here to support you.
Well, that's actually going in.
There you go. There you
God,
go.
dude. Are you
no
kidding
pressure.
me? All right, through 3, Kyle's beating me by 1. Somebody should have put odds on Kyle here. They would have won a lot of money. It's all right, let me get warmed up. Put this to rest. Nice shot. Just gonna step on his throat. I'm gonna beat him finally. I love him, but I have to beat him today. I can't go home a loser. Not today. All right, quick update. Hottest day of the year out. Through 4 holes, Kyle Kelly is up by 1.
It's only 94 degrees. No shade. No wind out here.
I mean, if I don't win, I might have to leave New York. I might have to move down south. I don't know.
I'll take over operating your team. Don't worry.
I don't know. I'm going to be done for in this town if I lose. Need this. I was just talking a lot of smack too. I missed it.
Oh, little choke action.
I can't putt today. Unbelievable. He's still up 1.
Still up 1?
Get the camera out of my face. Nice shot. Nice putt.
What are you inspecting your clubs over there?
Performance surgery over here.
You know, speaking of inspections, I love Chris Hantis from A-Pro.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been using him for years. He does my personal home inspections as well. Actually, why don't we hear a little something from Chris now?
Hey everybody, Chris Hantis, A-Pro Home Inspection Services. 24 years in business, I know homes. All of our equipment is state-of-the-art. We use infrared technology in all of our inspections. A thorough inspection of your home, inside and out, will be compiled into a detailed report sent to you in a very timely manner. Don't even think about buying a home without a proper home inspection. We will give you thorough, reliable, quality service at a competitive price. Call me, Chris Hantis, A Pro Home Inspections, 631-868-0499. Don't buy a home without us.
So, what do you think about the idea of work-life balance? Does it even exist?
I mean, if you ask, some of the most successful people, they'll say no, and then others, have that balance. I think it's all about, maturing and finding it. For me, I don't right now, and I'm sure you're probably the same. It's obviously a little bit different with a wife and kids, versus...
You're forced to actually try to balance out a little bit when you have the wife, the kids, and everybody demanding something from you.
Right, and that's kind of my problem right now is, just trying to find that balance and trying to give myself a little bit of a break because I did get burnt out, and it's not fun. You don't want to pick up the phone, you don't want to talk to anyone, you don't want to do anything. And that was kind of like my major goal for this year. It wasn't transactions, it wasn't, nothing numbers-wise. It was really just to be able to figure out how to give myself a little bit of a break and implement the systems and structures to do so.
I hired a coach this year, and every quarter, we did our yearly goals. We did, our business plan.
Right.
But every quarter we review where are we, did we hit our goals, what are we on track for, and what are we planning next? And they always ask, what do you need to do more of, what do you need to do less of, right? And when I said I need to take more time off, I need to spend less time at midnight in the office trying to wrap up my day, and I'm trying to find that balance too, even 11 years licensed.
I think we all are, to be honest with you. That's kind of like the biggest thing.
I went out and bought a boat this year. It's still not in the water yet, but at least I bought the boat,
Oh my
so
God.
we'll see if I get to use it at all,
I think that's the biggest problem that we all face. It's something that I want to work on, and I want to get out and do this more too, and this is fun, and it's networking, it's relaxing, it's, all of the above, but yeah, you want to go first?
Yeah, I guess I'll try to lead the way.
All right, through 5 holes, tied up. I let Kyle have his fun. We talked real estate.
Oh, Dan sinks one putt, and all of a sudden he's talking shit.
Now it's time to, I've been talking shit the whole day. Now it's time to put the pressure on.
So I know you talk a lot about your brand, using social media for that and whatnot.
Yep.
What about lead generation? Like, I know that's for the future, right? And making sure that you're building a nice foundation to keep this going. I never bought a Zillow lead, a Realtor.com lead, anything like that in my life.
Right.
But I'm realizing as the team gets bigger and I need to provide more, I need to find some other sources of leads out there because I'm sphere and referral.
Right.
People who know me, like and trust me, people that work with me.
Yeah, exactly.
So how about you?
I mean, it's very similar. All the leads that I get from myself are referrals, sphere of influence, and a big part of it is social media. I mean, if I showed you like my DMs or just somebody sees a video and then refers me to a friend or a family member, so that's where I get all my business from. And then as far as the team, yeah, you have to be kind of, the lead gen. So you teach them obviously how to get their own leads, and my team is doing a really good job of it right now, which is good. But I'm also spending a good amount of money on Zillow. It's just to keep them busy, just to keep them getting experience and seeing what's out there. And
what's your conversion rate on Zillow lead?
It's tough to say because we get so many, and a lot of them really aren't that great of leads. But I don't
teaching them how to make a call.
Yeah, I really don't even know the metric on it, to be honest, just because it's really hard to judge like what's an actual lead and who's just what's an agent calling in, or
I've been having some success with social media advertising, target marketing.
Yeah.
Really, and more it's with my listings, targeting who the right buyers are for those listings.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you can only sell one of them.
Right, exactly.
So, the team works the rest of them. So that's where I'm focusing a lot of my energy. I'll tee off here. Hang on.
Nah, you'll be good.
Oh, there it is.
That's the money shot right there.
There it is.
Kyle's going down.
You're spending money on Zillow leads.
Yeah.
Your team's hopefully converting them, right?
They're doing a really good job converting the ones that are, that are the real deal. But obviously right now it's a tough seller's market, so most of those leads that are coming in are buyers. Right. And it is an incredibly competitive market, but they're doing a really good job of converting it. If I'm even able to break even on it, I'm happy. It keeps them busy, it gets them experience, it gets them out in the market so they see the inventory, what's available, what prices are going for, and it gives you experience too, because I'd rather somebody do their first couple deals off of Zillow with somebody they don't know as opposed to like a referral or family or friend, Yeah.
If we turn this into I'm just answering a text message and clicking buttons industry, then that's what it's going to become. You can't replace that face-to-face, that nose-to-nose, like really making it happen in front of a potential client, a potential buyer, a potential seller.
Agreed.
Unless we let them replace it.
Yeah. Right? Agreed. Zillow is one day going to replace us. No, I'm kidding.
Nope.
They're not gonna-
I don't believe it.
Oh no. Shanked it a little bit right, but on the fairway still. We're good to go. Golf is harder than anything.
This guy is a golfer today.
Yeah, now I'm getting warmed up. Oh shit. Now I'm getting warmed up.
He's on in 3, I'm lying 4 off the green.
I love Kyle Kelly. Mr. Over involved. He's a mentor to me. He's family. I hate to do this to him, but I did call it. I just said, let me get warmed up. I mean, look at this, come on, you know?
Get in there, get in there. Nice roll. You're up 2?
It's up 2.
Whoa! High fly ball, deep to left field. It'll play. Nope. Need to sing for the push. Good. Good round. We didn't even get to have a Bloody Mary out there.
No, not yet.
We say we hit the clubhouse, go grab a nice spicy Bloody Mary made to you by one of our special guest bartenders.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Maybe they can help me putt too.
What's up, guys? Tom Graff from the Ore. Ruby also works there. We come today with a very basic, easy to make Bloody Mary that you could drink all day on the golf course. You ready?
Ready.
All right. So well, first, we're gonna use the shaker here. We got the Worcestershire, Tabasco, peppers, lemon, freshly squeezed lemon. So, horseradish. Now Ruby's gonna throw some tomato juice in there. I'm gonna add the vodka because you're be cheap with that. About 2 ounces. All right, we're ready for the toppings. We have the cocktail onions. We have the, what are they called?
Cocktail pickles.
Cocktail pickles. And pickled corn, baby corn. Real simple, like we said before. Thank you. Grab one of these over here. And that's how we do it at the Ore, guys. Back to you.
Ooh, it's got a little kick to it.
It's actually good. I don't even like Bloody Marys, and this is actually really good.
But as we order the Bloody Marys on real estate agents and golf carts drinking Bloody Marys, Dan O'Neill tells me, I don't really like Bloody Marys. I guess he's all right because he's a good golfer, right? And a good realtor, so.
I was just being honest, but this is actually really good. I'm actually enjoying this.
It was a great day out there, too.
It was an honor, a pleasure. Thank you for having me. It was a ton of fun. I was incredibly impressed with your game, especially if you're not playing.
Really great day out there. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Join us next time on Real Estate Agents and Golf Carts, drinking Bloody Marys.
This has been a Sky Limitless media production.
Welcome back to the Middle Island Country Club on sunny Long Island. Today I'm joined by my friend Juan Baronecci of the Gold Bar team at eXp Realty. Juan is your premier team leader in Manhattan and Miami. This guy's got a goal of 10,000 agents on his team. I can't wait to pick his brain about how he's going to do that. It's tea time, baby. So come join us on Real Estate Agents in Golf Carts, drinking Bloody Marys. I'm Kyle Kelly, the associate broker for the island-wide team at Realty Connect USA. I've spent the last 11 years perfecting my real estate game, but unfortunately, my golf game has really gone to shit. This is my attempt to incorporate more golf into my work life. So hang on while we spoil a good walk while under the influence of real estate, talking about cocktails and talking about anything else that comes up with some of my closest friends in the real estate industry, and hopefully some decent golfers. This is Real Estate Agents in Golf Carts, drinking Bloody Marys. There you go. Mr.
You ready for this?
Baronecci, what's going on, buddy?
I'm doing great, bro. How are you
Thanks
doing?
for joining me.
Anytime. Thanks for the invite.
So what, a 2-hour drive out here?
2-hour drive.
2-hour drive.
Yeah.
2-hour drive for me
Yeah.
to kick your ass out on the
Just to
course.
get my ass whooped.
All right.
So
Sounds good.
We'll see
Do you
who
golf?
finishes first. This is honestly my second time.
Second time.
I've hit the range like 3 or 4 times, but
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
All right, I've been out there once
I
or
played
twice
some high
too,
school
so-
baseball, you know, same thing, right?
It'll be a horrible swing.
Oh, there
All
we
right,
go.
so let's see how this goes. All right, cool. Looking forward
Let's go
to
for it.
man. Let's
Absolutely.
enjoy. First time I met you was at a YPN event out in Queens.
Yes.
Somebody said, you got to meet
Yes.
Ron.
Yeah.
He wants to be the next president of LIBOR.
That is absolutely
And I
correct.
came
yeah.
over, I shook your hand, you said, yeah, within the next year or two, I want to be president of LIBOR. It's been a little while.
I think it's been a couple of minutes, right?
It's been a little while, but
Yeah.
why, has the goal changed? Why are we not president of LIBOR yet?
So it changed as I grew, and I realized that when it came to what I wanted to do, I wanted to help as many of these agents as possible. And it changed in the sense that I went from wanting to be a local president to say, hey, how do I help people on a national level? So that's the only reason I kind of let go of that dream and then started pursuing something else.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what's the goal now? Where do you see yourself?
So honestly, I want to get to 10,000 agents on my team in the next 4 years.
10,000 agents.
Yeah.
So I just took on my 10th agent.
There you go. Okay.
So
there you go.
we got to hit a little bit
Yeah,
about that.
absolutely.
How do you get
So-
to 10,000 agents? I
Yeah,
love that.
we're going to talk about that for sure.
Let's go tee you off first.
Okay, perfect.
So before we get to the 10,000 agent thing though, your involvement in LIBOR.
Yes.
Right? So I know you've been a president of a chapter.
Well, I was a director for Northeast Queens.
Okay.
I've served as president of NAREP.
What is NAREP?
NAREP is National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals.
Excellent.
Yes, I was leader of the Queens chapter, and then I've been highly involved with NYSAR as a director as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, so getting to this 10,000 agent mark, where are we at now?
As of this morning, I'm at 885.
885
So we're almost at
agents on your
10%.
team. That's the Gold Bar team, right?
No, this is just my overall team within my organization at EXP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The Gold Bar
885.
team is 8 agents, 8 or 9. I don't think we're going to grow past that. I think we've hit our limit.
So 8 or 9 on your specific
my personal
team,
team,
that you're overseeing on a daily
Exactly.
basis.
Correct. Yep.
And like I said, I'm at 10 agents as of this week. And yeah, I've already said, stopping here for a little while.
Absolutely,
You know, like trying to
yeah.
keep your thumb on everybody.
There's
is-
only
is
so many
tough.
handles you could hold. There's only so many people you can speak to on a given week on every single basis. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh!
Little fade, little fade. Oh, I saw a leaf come down. I don't know about the ball.
Oh!
That's all right. Good call.
in the
man. You
shade.
can pick it
We're
up on
good.
the way. Good. Not too bad. All right. I'll see you next week.
That's it.
Currently at 885 agents.
Yes, sir.
Now, what does that mean in terms of, you were saying, I'm just gonna throw it out there. You were saying, 10 on your team, 9 on your team, right? But then where are these 885 agents for?
So, essentially what ends up happening is it's such a unique model because I don't have to go out there and recruit all these agents. Essentially, I build out these branches, right? And today, I have around 40 branches built out of agents that I've attracted to the company who want to go out there and build their own brokerages. Those 40 have then gone out and attracted 1 or 2 agents. Those 80 have then gone out and attracted 160. Those 160 have gone out and attracted 300, and so on and so forth. So I'll have almost basically like my own franchise. We're a giant organization underneath me with close to 900 people.
Nice.
Oof. Whoa, what was that? What was that?
Oh, this guy
Wait,
outdrove
camera
me,
missed
huh?
that. What was that?
All right. I see how we're playing these days. This is still everything in the bag for me, so only a little ways out.
What are you working with over there?
You want yourself. So I'm swinging a 5
You said a
wood.
5?
No, wrong hole.
Right over the hill, baby.
Not in the beach.
Right over.
Up and over the hill, through the woods. To grandmother's house we go. Hey, how are you? Yeah, good form. So you're building out this team underneath you.
Yeah.
All right, 885 agents now, looking to get to 10,000. Are you still in production? Are you still selling? Or?
So I actually stepped out of production probably 6 months ago.
Okay.
I haven't taken a listing. I haven't worked with a buyer. We've been consistently selling anywhere between 10 to 15 homes a month. But that's all me and my team working on their own.
So what does your day-to-day look like? Is it recruiting? Is it training? Or?
My day-to-day is a combination of coaching agents and recruiting agents. And really what I love doing is introducing people to a concept that they didn't even know was possible. Because you have to think of it, we're going 100% virtual. So to take someone from that brick and mortar lifestyle to now this cloud concept, it's a little bit of a transition.
I always said my office is my car, and everything I do is online.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Sky Slope on signing docs. I mean, everything I do
There
is
you go,
online.
yeah.
I love an office.
There you go, yeah.
So I have an office for my team. I love to, I need to get up and leave the house.
Exactly, yeah.
I can't sit in my basement, especially with 2 little ones at home. So I get up, I go to the office, I go to work.
Correct.
And there's some people need that brick and mortar, even if the operation is completely in the cloud.
I
need a place
agree.
to go.
And that's the beauty about this. I actually have an office in Long Island City, me and my team use it, but 90% of the agents on the team, they're never going into it anyway. So it's all about adapting to what the agent needs.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's put these things in.
Let's do it.
Little tap, 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 tap it in.
There we go.
There you go.
We got it. Let's go. What is that, 9?
I think we're done for the week, right? Let's talk about your day-to-day. What does it look like when you're not in production, right? So you're training, you're recruiting. What are your daily goals, daily objectives? What does that look like for you?
So it's actually pretty interesting because my daily objective is that of a top agent, right? If you're going out there and you want to produce, you're going to be out there prospecting. So I spend 9 to 12 o'clock every single day, 3 hours a day, just prospecting for new talent, going out there and identifying agents that would make a good fit for the team, and then obviously having consultations with them to see if they're interested. So essentially a lot of my day is still the same as that of an agent. I just changed my target from a for sale by owner or an expired listing to now working with other agents.
Trying to recruit agents.
Exactly.
And then the rest of your day is set on training?
Rest of the day is either trainings that I have set up with the team or consultations with broker owners, independent brokerages, people that would actually be a good fit for this model, or other team leaders as well who would want to transition.
Now, do you do in-office training? Do you record your trainings to get it out?
All my trainings are virtual. I do everything via Zoom. Those are the live ones. And then when it comes to actually pre-recorded trainings, I have an entire list of library that I go ahead and share with my agents in case they want to get access to lead generation, marketing, listing presentation, scripts, anything you can imagine.
So when you say you get out of production, now I know I'm still producing, but I'm passing a lot of stuff off to the team.
Yep.
My work week probably went from about 80 hours a week down to roughly 40 hours a week now.
Yep.
We can't include this as work though, Kevin. About 40
This is
hours
prospecting,
a week,
absolutely.
Right? Does it go up from there? Do you think you're working more trying to recruit, or do you think you're working less?
So it really comes down to what I have now, because I've automated my entire team. I have the right managers in place. I have the right back-end staff to support it. I probably work around 5 hours a week when it comes to the actual production side of the business. And when it comes to the recruiting side, it's really as much as I want to. I choose to work a 40-hour work week because at the end of the day, I could be doing that or playing golf, and as you can see, I'm not that good at this. So choose to stick to that.
Well, try to get a little more golf.
And there you go. But that's about it, yeah.
All right, cool. Oh, yeah. So you're now operating a team out of New York.
Yes.
Right, closer to Manhattan.
We actually do all 5 boroughs and Long Island.
Okay.
So from Manhattan out to the Hamptons, I have someone stationed on my team to make sure that area is serviced.
So you've adopted the idea of the island-wide team.
There you
right?
go,
All
there you
across,
go.
right?
All across. And then I took a little flight down to South Florida and I said, hey, let me just expand it over there as well.
So you did an expansion team down in Miami?
Exactly. So we have someone in Miami and then I have another partner agent in Central Florida. And the reason I started that was, hey, 1 out of 4 people here wanted to move down there. So I said, why not continue the experience? And we found some partners down there.
So I'm working right now on my license in North Carolina, South Carolina.
Nice.
I've got a target of Miami in the next 5 years,
There you
and
go.
then San Diego in the next 7 to 10 years.
There you go.
So looking to expand myself out
I love
there.
it, I love it. And listen, I think now as more than ever, we're becoming global advisors, not just local agents, you know?
Absolutely. Now the New York team.
Yes.
And you do a lot of Manhattan, you do a lot of the 5 boroughs.
Yes.
Being out here on the eastern end of Long Island, after COVID, we heard mass exodus.
Yeah.
You know, everybody came out to the island, and we saw it. We saw the money in their pockets, the money in their duffel bags.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Prices went through the roof because people were looking for property. They were looking for a bigger house.
Correct.
Right? What is city living like now? Is the city as empty as they say? I don't get out there much.
So I would say 2 months after the pandemic, kind of everyone, we call it like it settled down, right? It was a little bit dry in terms of sales and rentals and things like that, but I'd say over the last 3 months, it rebounded like crazy.
Is it?
Yeah, condo prices are shooting back up to the roof. Year to date, in terms of comparison to last year, I think prices are just way higher. So it's back, it's hotter than ever. And
So when we look back at these charts, it's going to be a blip.
Exactly.
It's not going to be oh, that killed New York. And
Not at all. It was a time for you to go in there and swoop in a good deal,
Yeah.
but now those deals are gone. Everyone wants to get back to the city, the hustle and bustle. You can't ever let go of it, you know?
Gotcha. And it's funny because I predicted probably the opposite. You know, during COVID, we're all locked in our basement, locked wherever we were locked, and just kind of making predictions and trying to figure out what to do with our income and our industry.
Yeah.
And I had predicted that it would take a generation for the cities to come back. It would take the next young kid to go, it's a good place to live? In the city, in Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
I really thought it was going to be this exodus and people just abandoning the city lifestyle for a while. But you tell me it's the opposite.
Yeah, I think it's coming back stronger than ever. A lot of the new generation, they want to go out there and try living in the city for the first time. Restaurants are open, clubs are opening back up, bars are opening back up. So I think in terms of excitement right now, it's pretty hot, but who knows where that could turn out in a
Well,
couple of
that
years.
to me means our suburbs, these prices are going to start to come down a little bit. The demand's going to dwindle a little bit.
We'll see.
Maybe some of those that were in the market previously with an
Yeah.
FHA, not necessarily conventional, at 3%, 5% down.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to open up the opportunity for them again because the competition will start to.
Exactly,
to go
yeah.
off a
But
little bit.
listen, inventory is still really tight, so as long as that's happening, prices are going to be through the roof.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're over there. I'm over there.
Okay.
Let's put these things in the cup. That did not move the way I thought it was going to move.
Let's get it.
This is the type of hole that separates the men from the boys. All right.
And why is that?
Because it's only 100 yards. If we can't put it on the green from here, we should just go home.
That's
after
it.
this
We'll
hole,
call
right?
it a day.
Separating the men from the boys. Separating the top agent from the average agent.
Okay.
So what do you think is the difference between the top producer and just the average everyday agent out there?
One word, focus. That's what it comes down to. How focused is that one agent on his end goal versus every other agent in the market competing with him?
Now, is it just about focusing on the goal? Focusing on those steps that you got to take to get to the goal?
I think it's both. Number one, they have to be focused on the goal in the sense that there are so many opportunities thrown us every single day, right? You're gonna have people that come up to you and be like, hey, why don't you come invest in this? And why don't you get started in Bitcoin? And then we have crypto, day trading, e-commerce, Shopify, Amazon.
Look at catch those shiny little objects everywhere. right?
We could call it the shiny object syndrome, right? Where there's so many ways to make $1 million a year that people continuously continue to get distracted. So a focused agent is an agent that knows what business they're in. They understand what their goal is. They understand how many houses they want to sell, and they get rid of all the other distractions just to focus on their day-to-day. And if an agent could go out there and from 9 to 5 do the same thing every single day over a period of 3, 4, 5 years, there's no stopping that agent.
Absolutely. I always equate it to, and I probably ripped this off from another coach at some point, but building a bridge.
Yeah.
And agents tend to start to build the bridge, and then somebody else says, oh, we can build a better bridge over here, and they never finish the bridge. They start building another bridge. Oh, we can build a faster bridge over here, and they keep building these bridges halfway across.
Yeah.
3/4 of the way across, and they never see to the finish line.
Yeah.
Build that bridge all the way across to the finish line, then say, how do I add another pillar?
Yeah.
How do I make my business bigger and expand?
And that goes into the complement of focus, which is patience, right? You can be the most focused person on the planet. You can give it your all for 6 months. You're not going to see the results of that labor for what? Another 3-4 years. So you got to combine the both.
I was just chatting back and forth on Messenger this morning, actually, with an agent down in Florida.
Yeah.
And she was recently licensed, and she's already looking to move brokerages, and already picked up, went back to her old job. And, oh, this is just so hard to try to make money right away. I said,
Yeah.
I told you from day one, it takes a while, man. Like most agents aren't seeing a return for, like you said, 3-4 years, right? It's focus and discipline for a long time.
I've interviewed several multi-million-dollar producers, people at the top making 7 figures a year, and the majority of them, I'd say 90% of them, first year, make less than 10, 20 grand. So if that was the judgment, or that was the metric on what we're judging these people on, majority of these 7-figure producers are terrible agents, right? But after 2, 3, 4 years, they get the hang of it, they stick through, and then boom, out of nowhere, they start shining.
How about you? How long have you been licensed?
I've been licensed for 5 years. I got my license, I would say June of 2016.
So I would call you an overnight success then.
Well, here's the thing, no one knows this, but my first 12 months in the business, I made around 7 grand in commissions. You can't live off that.
I share this with everybody when I teach my business planning class. My first year in real estate, which was 11 years ago, I made $632.
There you go. Well, you didn't lose money, right?
But don't worry, I doubled my money the following year. Right? And it took that
That's 100%.
year.
That's 100% boost.
Right.
Absolutely.
But
yeah.
it took that third year. But what it really took was, like you said, focus. Right?
Yeah.
I was chasing this shiny object, bartending at night, detailing boats during the day, swinging a hammer on the weekends, doing every other thing other than focusing on my business.
Correct, yeah.
And then in my third year, I said, am I going to do this job? Or am I just gonna make it a little side hobby?
Yeah.
I said, let me focus on it. In year 3, yeah, I turned around and I made close to 6 figures, just under 6 figures. I said, oh, I can make a living doing this.
Yeah.
Now, how do I make 6? How do I double that? How do I triple that?
Correct.
Right? So,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's all about that focus. Without jumping in full force, both feet wet, swimming to the shore before the sharks get you, you're not gonna see the result.
100%, man. Couldn't agree more.
So let's focus on getting this ball in the hole. Way off to the right.
It's all downhill from here.
That's great.
I don't know what the hell's wrong with this guy. What is this thing? Oh my goodness. Come on, Kyle. Where the hell is this thing?
While Juan's looking for his ball, this Lost Ball Bloody Mary breaks brought to you by.
Hi, my name is Brianna. I'm the bartender here at Middle Island Country Club, and this is how we do Bloody Marys. Enjoy, guys.
Thanks, Brianna. You know, I know she's using a mix, but something about those mixes that aren't too bad, you know? It's like, so you don't gotta throw all these different ingredients in and garnishes on top. Very simple, but it's still, yeah, it still tastes good. Yeah. Good job.
You ready to hit the next hole?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Cheers.
Cheers. So Kyle, what are your thoughts on working with a good mortgage lender?
It's probably one of the most important pieces of the puzzle right now. All right, so there's a lot of my sellers right now moving out of state. And the biggest issue we're running into is mortgage brokers outside of our area that just aren't familiar with how we do things here on Long Island.
Yeah.
Right, so when you're trying to buy here on the island or trying to buy here downstate New York, having somebody who's really familiar with the process and knows that there's more than just one or two products out there for you, right? Go out searching for the right product for the buyer, I think is one of the keys. And they got to do their due diligence, man. I'm tired of seeing, in my opinion, just BS paper, right? Like, don't write me a pre-approval unless you've actually done the look into their financials, gotten the W-2s, run the credit, right? And sometimes those pre-approvals just aren't worth the paper they're written on these days, and you really got to vet the lender, right? So I know I try to have my buyers work with the lenders that I know, like, trust, and I know they're doing the right job. But sometimes when we're fielding those offers on our listings, it's tough to make sure they're using the right lenders, right? So you really got to do above and beyond vetting of those lenders.
Absolutely, no, and I think it's crucial to have that good lender that you could trust and is going to do the right thing as part of your team, you know? Because if you're going to go out there and you're going to be pumping out deals, it's only a matter of time till one of those deals falls through or doesn't make it to contract, because as you mentioned, a lot of these people don't vet their financials, so I think it's crucial.
A lot of it doesn't even come down to the company, right? It comes down to the lender itself, it comes down to that loan officer themselves.
100%, absolutely.
They can move around a little bit if they need to, but if I know that loan officer knows what they're doing and how to get a deal done,
correct,
I'm gonna follow them wherever they go.
That's it, absolutely.
It's hot out here.
Absolutely.
You ready to sink these and maybe go grab a bite to eat?
Let's call it a day.
Yeah, I could use a cold one. I'll put it in first. Ah!
Ready, set.
Ah! All right. Ah! Great round.
That was it, my man.
Thanks again for joining me.
Anytime, man.
You took that
Thanks
trip
for the
out
invite.
Here.
Yeah.
Sure you're glad you drove 2 hours to stand in the heat all day. Hey, not a bad round, though.
Could have been in the pool, man. Just think about it.
This has been a Sky Limitless media production.
Hey guys, Kyle Kelly here. On our next episode, we are at the beautiful Baiting Hollow Golf Club here in the bucolic North Fork, Long Island. This is a Robert Trent Jones designed 125-acre course. One of my favorite, spectacular 25,000 square foot clubhouse. Guys, I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite spots on Long Island. I've done plenty of private parties here, but as you can see, it is a private club, and I'm not a member. So I'm thinking maybe I could grease a couple palms and get in and play around. So come join me on this covert mission of real estate agents and golf carts drinking Bloody Marys. I'm Kyle Kelly, the associate broker for the island-wide team at Realty Connect USA. I've spent the last 11 years perfecting my real estate game, but unfortunately, my golf game has really gone to shit. This is my attempt to incorporate more golf into my work life. So hang on while we spoil a good walk while under the influence of real estate, talking about cocktails and talking about anything else that comes up with some of my closest friends in the real estate industry, and hopefully some decent golfers. This is Real Estate Agents and Golf Carts Drinking Bloody Marys.
Kyle Kelly? Is that you?
Hey,
oh
what's
my
going on?
gosh. Who let you in here?
Nobody. Trying to sneak on.
No, I'm a member here. Why don't you want to play a quick round?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'll sneak you out.
That's awesome, thanks. You live out here on the North Fork, or grew up out here?
I grew up out here. I still, enjoy the weekends. I said, but I do live in Huntington now, right in the village. But I said, there's always a part of me that I'm like, I'm stuck. I love it. I love the North Fork.
Absolutely. It's my favorite part of Long Island. I was out at Shelter Island yesterday.
Oh, it's breathtaking.
I spend, I'd say, at least 2 weeks every summer, spread across the summer, out at Shelter Island. Yeah, Crescent Beach.
Oh my goodness. So originally I grew up in Amagansett. Okay. And when we first moved to the North Fork, we took those ferries every day for like the last month.
Yeah. Actually, I'm on the ferry last night, and my license plate says Realtor.
Oh gosh.
And I have that Realtor logo on there. And the guy on the ferry goes, "Hey, you're a Realtor over here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I get to talk to him." He started a cleanup business, property cleanup business. He's like, "Can I give you my card?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, perfect." I honestly, I love the North Fork. I love everything that has to offer.
It's just a nice
seasonally,
way of life.
right? You've got the fall festivals out here,
Oh gosh,
just incredible. The vineyards, which you know a lot about. We'll touch on some of that stuff. The golf.
I know.
Can't
and
beat
the
the golf.
I said the clubs out here. It's not. There's no ego. It's not that pretentious. I think it really reminds me a lot of what the South Fork was 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
I'd say longer than that.
Right?
It's been a long time of partying out on the South Fork. But,
exactly. No, this club, the Baiting Hollow Club, to me is really, it's not too far on the North Fork. It's easy to get to off the highway, which is great for me if I'm in Huntington, but it's the beginning of the North Fork.
Yeah.
So you get to sort of enjoy a little bit of all of it.
Start the wine trail, right?
I know, exactly. But I was thinking you want to whack a couple balls?
Yeah. I think we can go put them out there a little bit, see how you swing.
Yeah, all right.
See if my back holds
See if we can get
up.
it to Jamesport. Let's do it.
All right, I got it. So I typically go warm up with my driver, my 7, and my sand wedge or 56 degree. That's my typical warm up. If I could hit those 3 good, I'm good all day.
Really?
They're all over the place. That's where I'll
Trouble.
Yeah.
I usually just do the driver.
Let's go hit a few.
Wow.
I never really warm up beforehand. Could you imagine what would happen if I actually swung a few before I got on the court?
Now my biggest problem, right, this is like ADD in a nutshell. I just look up and see where it goes before it even goes. So I'm like,
no.
And it doesn't leave. I know.
Head down.
Head down.
See where that ball was.
Force myself. Right, that's a good one. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, not pretty.
So now your family are a family of builders, right? You're a 3rd generation builder?
Crazily enough. 3rd generation builder.
And you build out here on the North Fork predominantly?
We're on the North Fork. We started originally with my grandfather in Huntington, sort of where the connection was. He was really a developer before that was a thing. Gotcha. And then my grandma and my grandpa came out to Amagansett and just started finding really parcels that it's all about the location, right? So then when they came to the North Fork, my mom and dad specifically found a piece of land, which your family's familiar with, down by like Paradise Point, that was breathtaking and sort of off the beaten path. I remember we'd get lost every time we'd try to find it. But now we do pretty much just that, where we're mostly spec builders, where we'll really find the land. Gotcha. The newest things that we've kind of been working on are modern homesteads. So not really necessarily the farmhouse itself. We'll do the farmhouse and then the complete site. So what we have now is 3 acres. It's really kind of a cool piece.
Nice.
But yeah, a little bit. That's in Aquabog, so not too far. But yeah, I think it's really finding these special spots on the North Fork that people haven't found yet.
Yes.
And putting a little bit of a touch on it.
Yeah, I was reading an article, God, it had to be almost 10 years ago now, because I had the property over in Paradise Shores. Yeah. And they were saying the North Fork is the next Hamptons, the North Fork is the next thing
I
to
know,
pop.
don't tell too many people.
I know, it's like, we
right?
don't, as much as we love the North Fork, we don't want it to blow up like the Hamptons.
And I think it's it'll still have the charm. And I think with COVID too, it was interesting to see, people didn't care if they were on the North Fork or the South Fork. They just really wanted that sense of place, that little bit of a backyard. So
yes.
North Fork delivers, that's for sure.
No, absolutely. And you got some of the nicest waters over here, right? Long Island Sound, Peconic Bay.
No, it's a nice spot, and I think it is nice when I come out and I can show people the charm of it.
What are your favorite spots out here? What do you show them?
Well, you know, I'm a vineyard girl. And I think when we sort of made that connection, I actually worked for the Wolfer family on the South Fork for quite a few years, right out of college. And my cousin owns Roanoke Vineyards, really pretty much right up the road, and then on Love Lane. So I said, I always say first stop should really be, come out here, you know, as long as you have a designated driver, right? Try a winery at Chute. Try one of the smaller wineries that really are kind of off the beaten path. And then for sure, I said some of these little farm stands, because I have a little one, I know we both have kids, but as silly as it sounds and you're like, oh, I don't want to go, when you leave, your kid is happy, you're happy, it sort of kind of gives you something to do. So the farm stands really are fun.
Yeah. I've never done new construction. I've never even sold a new construction.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I love to.
So I'll take your referrals, no problem.
Yes, I love to learn a lot more about it. But
no, I think we just do it together.
Well, to me, it's like learning commercial, right?
It is.
Like,
It's its own language. It's like learning
from
Greek.
what I am already good at.
Right.
To go try to learn something new,
Right.
especially at the point that I'm at in my career.
Right.
I'd rather find the expert in it,
Yeah.
refer it
and
over,
have
work
fun
it
with
together.
it too, because I think even when I set someone a new agent and I'll walk through with them and you speak the language of a builder, it's completely different. It is.
Ugh, that was a pretty good warm up.
It was good, right? I said we really had to sort of.
I think my back's already done. Hitting that driver 200 times before you actually get out there.
No, I know. I said it definitely is a way to let off steam, right? Yeah. But I like coming early, right? Kind of before everyone else
Before everyone else gets here, before real estate starts.
I know, right? So we can get a couple rounds in. And
we get at least a round in before 10 a.m. is the way to go.
Totally. Yeah.
All right, want to go putt a few?
I think it's time.
Warm up on the putting green?
Yeah.
All right. So I know new construction's your thing, right? But you also sell pre-existing homes too.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's not just new construction.
Not just, I said, wouldn't that be the dream? No.
Right.
I said, I definitely love really even helping friends, family, getting properties listed that, you know, older homes, you know, now I actually have an older farmhouse, which is really cool to see and walk through it.
And do you have it staged or?
Yeah, it was really remarkable. I have to give credit to the homeowner. She did such a beautiful job. And I think that's kind of the beauty of now the internet, right? Like everyone can go in and they can see Pinterest and what else is on Zillow and other pictures. So staging makes such a huge difference.
I was gonna say, I notice a lot on your social, you talk about staging and design. Right, so is that your background?
It's not, you know, it's actually funny because I tease Principe Builders is definitely a full service. But even me as an agent, my mother is an interior designer, licensed interior designer. My sister's an architect. So I said they're really the creatives in the family.
Gotcha.
So I can execute.
You just know
and
how to promote it.
I can promote it. I can put it together. And I think when you have someone walk through really your whole life and say, okay, move this. Even in my own house, you know, it makes a big difference.
So how important do you feel it is to stage a home, especially a new construction home when there's nothing in it, right? Like, do buyers have that vision themselves, or do you got to give them that vision?
You know, I just went to a home yesterday, and it was an older home, Spanish revival, but they had moved out early, and it was completely vacant. So whether it's new construction completely vacant or an older home, it doesn't matter. When people can't see, is that going to fit a twin bed or a king size bed? But I think you have the what do we always say, right? The first 2 weeks are the most eyes, right?
That's a golden time.
You have to get your best foot forward. And I really think that I would rather put no pictures and just say photography coming soon.
Absolutely.
Than launching with bad photography, because that's your first way to get the client in the door.
No, actually, when I take a listing, it's typically a coming soon listing with just a coming soon, maybe a picture of the front with coming soon over the top. But yeah, we're not doing anything until that professional photography's in. Even if we're doing digital staging or some photoshopping that's needed, we're waiting until all that comes in before we market the property.
It's so smart, and I think what I've been pivoting now, even because I have a few land listings, it's the same premise with building, is that people can't see the vision.
Right.
So I actually teamed up with a company, which I'll give you some more info on them, but they're called Modwell. And what they can do is they can actually work between myself and a builder and the brokerage and put a 3D rendering on a piece of property. So for me, it's conceptual, right? We have to disclose that.
Absolutely.
But it's something that you can say, wow, I can I can fit this style of a home, or I really love modern. I don't necessarily want the traditional that's really been out here. So, but whether it's an older home or new or land, staging and rendering is worth it.
You know, it's something I always noticed on like the HGTV shows, right? Is that these buyers, previously to getting my license, I was like, these buyers, they can't see past paint color, or they don't know the difference between a hardwood and a laminate floor, right? And I'm like, really, is it really like that? And then you get your real estate license, you work with some buyers, and sometimes you get that, I don't like that pink room. I'm like, all right, well, a $45 gallon of paint and an hour of your time will change that.
I had a girlfriend just this past weekend say to me, I went into this home, I went to the open house, and I couldn't see past her style, her stuff. The first thing I tell sellers is get a pod, get a storage unit, get a Tupperware in your basement. Everything, make it look like a hotel. Right? Because they have to say, I'm gonna come in and put my stuff in here and it's gonna be mine. But that's literally just what someone, and she's, you know, a savvy buyer, can't look past it.
One of our key job responsibilities is to package it for profit. Right? It's a product for sale once it goes on the market. It's no longer the home that you raised your family in. Right? And that's why you hire. Well, that's why you hire an agent to kind of be that middleman and get rid of the emotion behind it. And say, this is a product for sale. Let's package it for profit.
And they're asking, you know. That's why I think that I go, even as if it's a friend or a client, I go and I sit like a friend and I sit like a builder. I sit like someone who I want to get you highest and best.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, here's how we're going to do it.
So we'll go putt a few.
Yeah, definitely. I think you may have won the driver, but I might win the putting.
Oh yeah? Well, they say driving for show and putting's for dough. So that's where all the money lies, is right in that putter. So. I don't know about you, I've been to 4 colleges. I think I have 32 credits to prove it. Maybe 12 of them were gym.
32 is not bad.
So
yeah,
I wasn't really a classroom type learner. And I said, let me surround myself with the experts and those who know and learn from them. But did you go to school?
I did. I was, I think the school for me was probably a social thing, right? I said I wanted to go where my friends were.
Would you go, Oneonta?
Yeah, exactly. Right, University of Florida? No, just kidding. No, I went to Merrimack College in North Andover for my undergrad, and then I just finished up my MBA at St. Joe's right here in Patchogue.
Okay.
So yeah, one of those things too, I was like, do real estate agents, do they need an MBA?
Do you need an MBA, right, to sell houses? So what do you think?
No, I think, honestly, whether you're 32 credits, whether you have an MBA or a doctorate, I think it's all about being with the clients that you feel comfortable with. And I think, you know, even when you and I started connecting, it doesn't matter, right? This levels the playing field, but I think when I have the savvy buyer, or, you know, people when they're coming out from Manhattan, I feel a little bit more confident that I can kind of walk the walk and talk the talk. And you're, regardless, your resume, it's all about, right? You can look on your website and see how many.
Listen, I do agree, knowledge is power, right? And I immerse myself in real estate knowledge, as much continuing education as I can. I attend as many conferences as I can. I learn as much as I can about real estate. Super confident in talking about real estate, and in my performance in real estate, you know, just kind of speak for itself. But I learned something from a contractor that I worked for many years ago, and he said to me, he said, Kyle, it doesn't take brains to make money, it takes guts. Right? And that's really what it comes down to be successful, I think. It takes guts, grit, and determination.
Someone told me, I said, be comfortable in the uncomfortable. And that period, end of story, is what real estate is. It's uncomfortable. It's sales, right? It's getting out there, it's making calls, it's going to see people maybe you haven't talked to since your wedding. But I think knowledge is power, but real estate is its own language. You know, we were teasing, it's like speaking Greek, but all that continuing ed and all this stuff, even with what New York State tells you to do, is one of the highest amount of hours in the country. You know, and then you do stuff on top of that. Like I took my buyer's agent certification, which was another 22 and a half. And I felt so confident after taking
Absolutely.
that.
You know, I refer to it as alphabet soup, all those designations after your name, right? But the general public doesn't know what it is, but it's how you use it to help the public is what it comes down to.
And working with other agents makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
But, all right, where do you think we should, where should we start over here?
I say we warm up with a short one. First, all right?
Good call, good call.
Not that bad. Oh! Uh-oh. She's taking it today. That's for sure.
There you go.
See, I don't give up until I get it in. All right, I'm determined.
Yeah.
It's all about determination.
It's true. And honestly, determination in real estate, right? That's what it's all about.
That's the key, right? So
I know.
I'm determined to sink this putt. You know,
You'll do it.
but really though, I think that's what sets agents apart, right? There's some that are just, I don't know, I can't get leads. I don't know, I can't. How do you find listings? How do you work with buyers? How do you get a deal done? What if it's an FHA buyer? They're all complaining they can't get stuff done, right?
Yeah.
And it's those that are determined to get it done.
And also too, I think in any industry, I always would say, I was a manager for a little while, and I would say, I want solutions, not problems. Don't come to me with your problem, right? I think we need a bumper sticker. Be determined, figure it out, get it done, and come to me and say, look what I just figured out. I had this problem. And I think it's the thing, no client is perfect, no seller is perfect. There are hiccups and problems, and you need attorneys, and you need title companies, and there are so many moving parts. So when you're determined and to see that finish line, right? 'Cause it's the only time you get the check anyway.
I don't say congratulations until we're at the closing table and
I don't say
signed.
congratulations until my car's pulling out of the driveway.
No, exactly, taillight warranty on this one.
I know, exactly.
So, no, but you said something there that I say anytime somebody calls me and says, there's a problem, we have a problem, I say, don't call me with problems, call me with solutions, right? But when my team calls me and says, hey, Kyle, there's a problem here, I say, well, I probably have a solution. Let's go, let's work through it.
And that's why they need you.
That's what it comes down
Yeah.
to, is just finding that solution.
No, definitely. No, you're determined. Oh, you got
Determination's
it.
the key.
See? Determination.
Couldn't have planned that
I
anyway.
know. Woo! Oh, nice. Terrible.
Turn! Damn it!
Woo! Nice.
Oh, come on.
Got it?
Come on, let's get them all.
Ready? Quick, quick. All right, Kyle, I think this is fun, but before we really get going, I heard something about Bloody Marys.
I think that's in the title of the show, right?
There better be one in our future.
You ready to go get one?
Okay, let's head into the
Let's make it happen.
Goodness.
These look good. Go for the straw.
All right. Nice job, Dana. Delicious.
Oh, that's got some heat to it.
Oh my God, these are so good. Should we take them outside?
Yeah, you want to sit out there?
Yeah, perfect.
Beautiful day.
Thanks, girls.
Thank you so much.
All right. You ready?
This is
What do you
gorgeous.
think?
I love it.
Not bad. I know. I got a head start already.
Cheers, yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
We only walked from there to here.
But it's pretty good. Right, it's
No, thanks for sneaking me in and introducing me to everybody here. Now I got to buy a membership.
Now you
I
have
guess.
to buy a membership, right? I was gonna say.
That's,
And I know they're also building some townhomes in the back too, so I'm sure that
Oh,
we can
really?
just live right there, or maybe we'll sell them. Right there, you go.
That sounds like a plan
Easy.
to me.
But no, I definitely think this is just one of those clubs that you can, come, you have fun. Like you said, you've been to dinners and outings, and they're doing a lot more events now.
Yeah.
So, right.
Cheers to
All
that.
right, Kyle. Thank you for coming out.
Thanks
I appreciate
for
it.
sneaking me on.
I know. There we go. See you at the closing table.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Yes.
Can't
We can
wait.
put a couple together.
I know. You should.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm half done. Look.
This has been a Sky Limitless media production.
We're back at the beautiful Middle Island Country Club. We're filming our final episode of the season, and our producers thought it'd be a good idea to surprise me with today's special guest. I don't know who's joining us, but I've got a couple Bloody Marias just for the occasion. So come and join me on Real Estate Agents in Golf Carts drinking Bloody Marias. Let's get twisted. I'm Kyle Kelly, the associate broker for the island-wide team at Realty Connect USA. I've spent the last 11 years perfecting my real estate game, but unfortunately, my golf game has really gone to shit. This is my attempt to incorporate more golf into my work life. So hang on, while we spoil a good walk while under the influence of real estate, talking about cocktails and talking about anything else that comes up with some of my closest friends in the real estate industry, and hopefully some decent golfers. This is Real Estate Agents in Golf Carts drinking Bloody Marys. Who could this be? Who do they got for me today? Hey! Oh, Chris Abazis!
Kyle
What's going
Kelly.
on, buddy?
Mr. MoveToPatchOff.com.
I hope you like Bloody Marias.
Sure do.
I was getting tired of vodka, so
It's my second best thing next to the non-Bloody Maria.
Cheers. Slancha.
Drinking a Bloody Maria, slancha.
Salud, whatever. So, it's been a little while. We had some fun a couple years back touring Patchogue.
A lot of fun.
So I'm glad you're able to join me for this. This is going to be awesome.
For the golf course tour.
But since then, you've moved.
Yes.
You left New York.
I did.
So what are we doing now? You were coaching?
Well, yeah. I mean, I got out of office leadership and I just got into coaching and people development full time. So I could do that from anywhere. And then the pandemic hit. Everything probably most definitely went virtual. All the speaking engagements got grounded. So I figured, why leave Florida?
So Local Unlock still going? I like it. You guys doing some stuff down in Florida too with that?
Yeah, we did a couple things, and it's developing into other things. Really becoming like a marketing networking tool. From business to business marketing networking tool. Opportunity for people to promote themselves in a fun way, and we really got the stuff that we did with you and the mayor and Rob Calarco and all that.
And then what do we got here?
Oh yeah, this is Dream Key Consulting. Love what you do.
Dream
right?
Key Consulting.
Yeah, so when I started this thing, I was like, there's too many people that hate their jobs, right? How many people are stuck in a cubicle from 9 to 5, like they can't wait to go take their afternoon shift so they can play Words with Friends, like be alone, So I was like,
Words with Friends, is that still a thing? I'm still playing Angry Birds at closing tables. So.
You got to do something, right? So yeah, go in there and just kind of, people should love what they do. So I like working with small business owners. There's not a lot of consultants for small business owners, kind of just helping them get back into loving what they do. And most of the people I work with are in a real estate business at some capacity, but I've expanded, to working with attorneys, insurance people. So
nice.
Yeah.
Good. So what do you say we go hit a couple balls?
Let's hit some balls.
Do you golf?
Do I golf? Yes.
Have you golfed?
Yes.
Do you golf well?
No.
Okay. So I think my only guest this season that was really any competition was Dan O'Neill.
So I've been playing for years and I love to play. I don't keep score. Golf is really just an excuse for two grown men to walk through the
Who's
park.
counting, right? Like, why would you count strokes?
Not in this application for sure. Who's counting strokes? But
shortest amount of strokes wins.
It's just an excuse to walk through the park and drink beer.
Absolutely.
Or Bloody Marias in this case.
So I'll let you lead the way.
Thank you. Age before beauty.
So this is a big dog leg left. If you put it out straight at those trees, you'll be in good shape.
So I just want to hit it straight and
straight towards those trees, you'll be in good shape.
All right. I like to tee it up high, a little higher, and I've never used a noodle before. Nice.
You don't play.
It's right over there. As long as you can see it, if you could still see it, if you know where it is, that's a win for me.
Exactly.
I mean, the interesting thing about golf, it's like when you have that at the first tee, you just hit it dead center fairway, and you're like, yes. And it doesn't seem like that with golf, your driving game is really on, and then your putting game sucks, or vice versa, or you're hitting your long irons good.
It's hard to keep it consistent, all right? That's what it comes down to. I mean,
it's so inconsistent, but that's why I just like to play the game.
when we talk about consistency, that's what it means when you're building your business, right? So these players, right, they consistently hit the shots they need to hit, and that's why they are the pros.
Yeah.
And that relates back to real estate too. You know, I have heard from new agents, I'm afraid because I don't know everything.
Yeah.
Right? Or the obstacle that they're running into is that they think they need to be the expert in everything before they can even start to handle a transaction.
Yeah, yeah. Which is the worst thing you could do to yourself.
Which I explained to them, that's the point of being on a team.
Exactly. Well, the
team is there.
Well, the great thing about a team is that, you know, because there's so many things you have to worry about and learn how to do, and being on a team, you only have to worry about doing this one thing, right? So if someone's, and naturally, the first things you're going to do are things that play naturally to your strengths. So if you're really effervescent, you're good at talking to people, you can go on team and be a buyer agent. So go out there and have those conversations. Don't worry about all the other stuff, because they worry about all these things.
You don't need to be the expert everywhere.
You don't, and you can't be. At the end of the day, you really can't be, right?
Yeah. Let's see if I can be the expert at putting this out there, though. You blew the cover off. I remember it was probably about 5-6 years ago, before I knew you, before we started working together. You were teaching a class at Triple Play in Atlantic City. The
building a team, yeah, that was it.
It was about how to build a team, and I sat down in that class, and the first thing you said was, until you're doing 50 transactions and have already hired an admin, you don't want to start building a team. I said, this class is not for me. I'm not there yet.
Well, it should always be on someone's mind, and at some point you're going to have to decide what kind of business you want. Because I think we get into real estate because we're entrepreneurs, right? And entrepreneurs are both part business owner, part salesperson. And when you're a one-man show, you're doing it all. And you get to a certain point in your career where there's no more time in the day, right? Somewhere around 24 to 36 transaction sides, you're talking about 2 to 3 a month, right? Working 40 hours a week as a solo agent, that's probably your capacity. You're probably at max. It's in our natural inclination is to want to hire a salesperson, because that's who we are. Right. So we're like, man, I'm getting real busy. What do? We stick our head outside of our office.
I need a buyer's agent.
Yeah, we grab someone that's just like us. Hey, you take all these people, right? So now if you get someone that rock and rolls, all of a sudden they're turning and burning deals. Who's the admin for that? 80% of what we do in the real estate business is actually administrative and operational. So when you look at that, that's the first thing that you want to look at, is kind of getting that stuff off your plate. With one assistant, with one administrative assistant, you can easily do 50, 60 transaction sides a year. And now you have a value proposition for your salespeople, because now you can approach someone that could be a great buyer agent or listing specialist and say, how would you like to be able to hit all your financial goals working 40 hours a week, and all you have to do all day is that thing that you really love doing, right? You know, love what you do. So if you love driving buyers around, working with buyers, go and do it. If you love taking listings, do that. Everything else is taken care of you on a team, which is a huge benefit, because now you can just do what you love, right?
Right. Ah! Land, baby, land of water. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah. The funny thing is when I was an agent, I never wanted to build a team. I was just always looking for more efficient ways to do things. So I think a lot of, and I say I'm a leverage coach ultimately, and that's what teams are all about. So leverage comes in 3 forms: systems, tools, and people. Systems, how you do things; tools, what you do it with; and then finally people, who's going to do that. So it wasn't until I accepted my leadership journey, probably, I was an agent 8 years, and I offered the opportunity to build and run a real estate company. Required me to get out of production, so then I became,
just
fully
leadership, just
yeah. And then I had to learn how to help. How was I going to help top agents grow? How was I going to help them? How was I going to help them grow their team, leverage their business, get to the next level? So that's what I was passionate about, and that's how I was able to attract so many top agents, right?
So what is from being a team builder, an agent to a team builder to a team leader to stepping out of production and then stepping out of real estate completely, out of sales completely, what does that look like? What does that transition look like?
Well, I mean, it's so, I love leadership. I love running the office. And then the office gets big, and a lot of stuff I started to not like about it. I just was really passionate about the people development end of it. And I wanted to be able to work with other real estate companies. I wanted to be able to work with people outside of the real estate business. So I was just decided to, I couldn't do that. You know, my coach said to me, I said, you know, I'm turning down a lot of speaking engagements. I have these opportunities to work with other people. And he's like, well, Chris, what are you saying yes to that's making you say no to shit you really love? And I was like, man, it's running this company. So that was kind of a big aha moment for me, a big pill to swallow and say, you know, I got to do this and get out of this.
When I got into real estate, it was actually going to be a means to an end. I was in construction, I was in the restaurant business and lost everything during the last crash. And real estate was going to be a means to an end for me to open up another restaurant. And I really thought that's where my passion was until I got into real estate. And I found that passion in coaching, in training, in building. And I'm not passionate about selling houses.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
I'm good at it, right?
Yeah.
But that's not where my passion lies. But I found that I'm sticking this course, I'm staying this course because that's where my passion truly is. And sometimes it takes a while to figure out what your passion is.
Well, you know, you find it in things.
Changes.
I mean, I too, like, look, sales, it's like, what are you passionate about in a sale? And it was like, really, it wasn't selling houses. It was really the opportunity to kind of help someone change your life and have an impact on their legacy, right? And which is
talk all the time about how real estate is more than just buying and selling homes.
It absolutely is. Look, for some people, and there's nothing wrong with it. Some people are all about the deal, the close, you know, the negotiation,
right?
The blood and guts, right? You know, for me, it was just always.
I've heard agents say I love negotiating. I've heard agents say I love architecture. I've heard agents say I love everything about real estate. That's not what I love. I love the relationships.
Sure, yeah.
I love building those relationships, cultivating relationships, carrying those relationships beyond. They transcend the closing. They
do,
transcend
absolutely.
the sale.
Yeah, yep. You get to meet all kinds of people too. Tell you, it's never a boring day in the real estate industry.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a place to live.
Especially if you get around to golfing before you got to sell a house.
Woo.
14. Oh! Who brought the scratch golf into the course? Think it's time to go home?
I thought, yeah, hopefully I'm not in there. Over there.
You exited production, you exited real estate to follow your passion, right? What do you say to those agents out there that they really haven't found their passion yet, or they're not passionate about what they're doing in real estate? Do you tell them to go follow your dreams? Do you tell them to stick out real estate for a little while?
Well, I think you could find the passion in whatever you're doing, right? Like, so that book, The Dream Manager, where they talk about increasing employee engagement in a company that provides custodial engineers or janitors for big corporate companies, right? And it was kind of, it depends on what you connected to, right? And I think it ultimately comes down to that why question, like why you do it. And there's an exercise I take people through just to kind of say, like, what do you do? And not, I sell real estate. So like, what in that business are you uniquely qualified to teach someone else to do, right? And when you get people talking about things that they're passionate about, they light up. So when they think about that and then thinking about, what do you hope to accomplish? Who's your ideal customer? And who do they become as a result of you fulfilling your goal through them, right? Like, so who do they become? And in that, you can kind of see where people have their
what's
passions.
your why?
Exactly.
What's your why?
That's what it comes down to, really.
Should a brand new agent hire a coach right out the gate? What do you think as my favorite coach? What do you think?
So yeah, like what we've done, so here's what I found. I didn't work with new agents at all. Then a lot of the people that I worked with had teams said, can you work with my new agents? So I created like a group program, because here's the deal with new agents. They all have the same questions. Where do I get leads? How do I do this, right? It's not so customized as it is to an individual business owner or a team leader like yourself. So you put all the new people in a room, it's more cost effective for them, but then yeah, they get results. And not only is it accountability and what to do and holding them to the numbers, they hear other people's success stories. People like Kelly, people like other people in the group. They hear other people's challenges. Oh, you mean that's happening to this person too? So it's kind of part mastermind, part coaching, part training. But yeah, I mean, I recommend right away, hit the ground running, get yourself a coach, a mentor, some kind of accountability.
No. Oh, hold on. Yeah, we can show it tonight. He's just got to get it in order. He's got to get it cleaned up. It's the only way we're going to be able to show it. All right? Yeah, just let me know. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Yeah, I keep getting distracted. You keep getting distracted. We got to keep our mind on the game.
I like distractions. There's certain, I mean, I think I live for distractions. That's why
the ADD in you?
Spontaneity is my favorite thing because it forces you to be present, right? So, because think about it, you can't get distracted when you're really being present, right? There is no distractions, you're in it. But that's why I say also like things like procrastination. We hear these things are negative things for kids, right? But what if by waiting till the last minute, it's gonna cause you to be not distracted, completely focused, and to crank out a high level project, get a top level result.
They say all the time, right? Like, plan a vacation, right? You'll get a lot of stuff done, right? You make your checklist and it's everything right up to that last minute, you're getting everything done, right? I always sell a house when I go away. So yeah, like sometimes working in that last minute, working on the edge is what drives us, what pushes us type A's.
Yeah. It causes you to refrain from distractions, right? Because I think we're kind of just all day long just looking for distractions.
Again, my slice all over the place today. I think I'm too distracted. So, Chris, I do have one question for you. As a coach, as a media guy, how important is video in real estate?
Well, I think it's tremendously important. It's like we say that the product, particularly in a real estate business, is you, right? So I think with technology the way it is, there's no better way for somebody to get their product out there, which is themselves, right? Because what's the difference between, one age to the next? It's really who they are.
You keep saying the things that you should be doing to increase your business, right? Come on, hold yourself accountable. Do this every day for the next 30 days. Make a video, post a video about something.
Yeah, you can do that's absolutely. We do when we have that social media challenge. It's we make everybody do. It's like kind of make a video, put it out there, right? Because again, we learn how to do these things. They're great ideas. You just got to get over yourself sometimes. Just kind of do it,
There you go. This is the second worst thing that happened. I'm out. You too? I'm gonna call it. Go get a couple more Bloody Marias.
Clubhouse it is, my man.
Go see if the bartender's making
AKA
it
the 19th hole, right?
I'm really happy that they put this together. Glad you jumped on a plane to get up and join me.
I'm glad I can make it up, but under the condition that I do think you have a grandmother in West Palm Beach that you'll visit here.
I do, and I will have to come swing on down and we'll get around in down there. Let's go get a drink.
Let's do it.
All right. To the clubhouse.
This has been a Sky Limitless media production.